Everybody's talking about NIL, everybody's talking about collectives and revenue sharing, but everybody's mixing up the two. Actually, two different things. True. If you're a high school athlete, college athlete, or a parent trying to understand the college sports landscape, this is one video you need to watch. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Good Move Sports channel. I'm Daniel Goodrum, and my goal here is simple: help athletes win before, during, and after the game. Okay, so this episode I am going to break down two of the most misunderstood concepts in sports right now, especially in college and high school sports. We are going to talk about revenue sharing and collectives. All right. By the end of this video, you're going to know what each one is, how they differ, and why each athlete should know about both. Okay, so let's start with NIL collectives, right? An NIL collective is an organization not technically affiliated with the school. Basically, there's the donors, businesses, alumni, supporters, basically the booster clubs, right? They are set up to create NIL opportunities for student athletes. Okay, so we got that, right? So let me give you some history. July 1st, 2021, that was the first day college athletes could capitalize off of their name, image, and likeness. So for the first time ever, legally, athletes could make money from autographs, appearances, social media posts, like I said, all the things that we talk about. But schools still couldn't pay athletes directly. So that's where the NIL collectives come into play. So originally, many collectives focused on just connecting athletes with opportunities like appearances, charity events, business partnerships, small business partnerships like your sports bars, mom and pop shops, things like that, social media campaigns like it. So that's why you hear fans say stuff like that collective made a better offer, or that school has a stronger collective. But it's important to understand something: the collectives are generally separate organizations from the university itself. Though they may work closely with the school, and they sometimes even have a department in the school, like literally in the athletic department, but they are technically a separate entity, a separate organization from the university themselves. The rules surrounding collectives have evolved, and they continue to evolve literally day by day, right? So when you're watching this video, the laws could very well have changed from this day, right? So athletes, parents, even coaches, you need to always understand the current policies at your current institution. Between 2021 and 2024, collectives have been one of the biggest drivers of athlete compensation. Many of the major power conference schools develop donor-backed collectives, people that actually have deep pockets and help facilitate millions of dollars in NIL opportunities for athletes. Today, many recruits ask not only about coaches and facilities and how much playing time they're going to get, but they also want to know the strength of the school's NIL ecosystem, and I very well can understand why. Now let's talk about revenue sharing. Revenue sharing is completely different from NIL. Instead of businesses or third-party organizations paying athletes, the revenue sharing allows schools to divide a portion of the athletics revenue and give it to the athletes, right? So, back to the history lesson, right? Fast forward a few years, college sports kept changing, as it still is changing and keep evolving, right? They had several lawsuits against the NCAA, including the landmark lawsuit, which was House versus NCAA. So that case was settled by a federal judge who approved a settlement that fundamentally changed college sports forever. Right? Beginning on July 1st, 2025, Division I schools that actually choose to participate in this settlement can now pay athletes directly for the first time. For the 2025-26 season, the schools that opt into the settlement can distribute approximately $20.5 million directly to the athletes. That's not a random cap either, right? That's about 22% of the average revenue generated by power conference schools. Then that's not 20 million per athlete. They divvy that up between different athletes, so they decide how much value each athlete has, and they allocate those funds accordingly, right? Those numbers and the revenue generated is expected to increase over time, right? So, and it's said to potentially reach about $33 million, right, soon annually by the mid 2030s. So in the next 5 to 10 years, we are looking at some really big numbers. Okay, so you might be asking where that money comes from. That money comes from all of these television contracts, the streaming services that we all pay for, conference distributions. Like when a team from different conferences, so say, the Big Ten has a school reach the national championship in whatever sport, right? Ohio State goes to the national championship in football. The conference still gets a cut of those funds. So even when Ohio State wins, or if they have multiple schools in there, the conference gets a percentage of those funds, and every other school actually gets paid off of the success of the other schools, right? So you got ticket sales, you got sponsorships like from Nike and all these other sponsorships, and then you got licensing, like, from those as well, right? So think about it like this. NIL is based on your personal brand, right? The revenue sharing is based on the athletic department, and the collectives is the separate entity that's supposed to be separate from the school. That is basically, like I said, the booster club, who can raise funds and give kids an allocation of those funds as well. Okay. It's important to remember that revenue sharing doesn't replace NIL. Athletes still can earn money through legitimate endorsement deals, sponsorships, appearances, social media, camps, and other NIL opportunities, even separate from the school, right? You just got to be careful if the school has, a certain brand. Let's just say that they have a sponsorship deal with Nike or whatever, and you end up doing a partnership deal with another brand. You just got to be careful on what you post, what you wear, and what you're doing in certain situations. So the new college sports model, today's athlete might have 3 different income streams. What, right? Number 1 is the sponsorships and traditional educational benefits. Number 2 is your revenue sharing from the university if the school participates, right? And then number 3 is the third-party NIL opportunities earned through the athlete's brand, personal brand. Understand all 3 is essential for today's athletes. So I know what you're asking. Why does all of this matter? What are we talking about all this for? Because understanding the business of sports has become just as important as understanding the game itself. If you're a high school athlete, you need to know that building your personal brand today can create opportunities for tomorrow. If you're a parent, understanding these systems can help you ask better questions during the recruiting process from your high school coach as well as college coaches. And if you're a coach, helping athletes understand these opportunities prepares them for success beyond the field. Okay, so the easiest way to remember everything that we just covered today. NIL is your brand. Collectives is an organization that helps create NIL opportunities. Revenue sharing is the money that schools distribute directly to schools under their current rules. Okay, so 3 different concepts, 1 change in landscape. If this video helped you understand one of the biggest changes in sports, hit the like button, subscribe to Good Moves, and share this with another college athlete, high school athlete, or a parent who needs to understand the business of sports. Next week, we're going to talk about something that every athlete should know also, how to build a personal brand before you ever step onto a college campus. I'm Daniel Goodrum. This is Good Moves Sports, helping athletes win before, during, and after the game. Make good moves.